Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's talk about new makeup releases, a purchase or pass. And I want to make sure you understand I'm not going to be talking about everything. We'd be here forever. These are just the things that caught my attention for the good or for the bad. The ones that really kind of pulled me in and made me go like, ooh, or like, who asked for this? So that's what we're doing today. First thing I wanted to talk about is a beautiful, stunning eyeshadow palette from Makeup by Mario. It pulled me in and it made me go like, ooh, so pretty. This is the Ethereal Eyes Moonlit palette, and it has 12 universal neutral shades that all lean a little bit on the cool side. I think this is already available, but I'll tell you, when I was looking at it, it's $68, almost $70. And although I love cool eyeshadows, I really love a cool color story. I have a lot. And I wasn't sure that I absolutely had to have, must have this palette. Although it did instantly kind of pull me in, it grabbed me by the lapels and was like, I'm so pretty, look at me, look at me. And I couldn't help it. I love pretty things, like I'm wearing this today. This is my new Guerlain lipstick, and this is the holiday packaging. I had to have it. And of course, I got a bright red matte, and I love the Guerlain matte formula. And so pretty things, especially pretty and sparkly. And this Makeup by Mario really is all of those things. Pretty, sparkling, but when I think about it, I already have so many cool eyeshadow palettes that I don't use. Why would I buy another one? So I'm skipping this one. Although she is lovely, she may be for you, but she's definitely not for me. This next one is from Dolly Beauty. So Dolly recently came out with lipsticks that look like this, and I picked a couple up. And although the formula is comfortable, it's very emollient and it travels outside of my lip line. So the brand recently came out with lip liners, which I'm grateful they should have launched those with the lipsticks, and a new lip gloss. But although I feel like the rhinestone packaging works for this, it looks a little bit cheap on the glosses. That's just my opinion. I feel like we're not up to like this level yet, but we're definitely trying to reach for something that has a little bit more glitz and glam. I remember growing up watching movies with Dolly Parton and seeing her on television during late nights and stuff. And I always remember her in so many beautiful, glitzy and glamorous things. Rhinestones were just her thing. So this doesn't surprise me. I just feel that it's more successful on this, on the lipstick, than it is on the lip gloss. I don't know what either of these formulas are going to be like, and I am just happy to skip both of them because I wanted to love this, and it's just okay. And out of the two shades I got, I'm only kind of reaching for one, and I'm not willing to invest more in a brand when the lip products are just okay, because there's so much out there that's absolutely fabulous. This is not it for me. Okay, now here is one that I'm probably going to pick up, and probably not all of them, but a few of them. And this is the new Patrick Ta holiday launch. These are these stunning metallic eyeshadow duos. I love that instead of a whole new palette, we're doing two coordinated shades. They're both sparkly, and I love those sparkly shades from Patrick Ta. I have the Major Dimensions 2 palette, the one that's rose themed, and those metallic sparkles just, head over heels for those. So I'm hoping that we're getting something similar here, that we're getting something that's high sparkle, high shine, that's not going to have a lot of fallout, but is really going to draw attention to the eye, and I cannot wait. I don't know when they're coming to Sephora, but when they do, you betcha I'm getting at least one, if not more. Here is one that falls into the category of, who asked for this? And I feel bad because I never say anything about this brand, much less anything good. This is Smashbox. They have their SBX rated Flash FX metallic lipsticks. All right, so it's a limited edition melted metal lipstick with vivid one swipe intensity. I can't remember the last time something pulled me in at Smashbox. Like, I want to like the brand. I used to really enjoy the brand, but I feel like they've fallen off my radar, off a lot of people's radar. And when you're coming back with a new lipstick, you need it to be not just iconic to your brand, but it also has to fit in. I don't really feel like these metallic lipsticks are fitting into the brand particularly well. They feel like they're a little bit off brand. And then on top of that, if you don't know, I don't prefer metallic lips. I don't mind a little shimmer or a little glitter in like a gloss or something, but I'm never going to be wearing a full-on metallic lip. That's just not my vibe. It is not for me. And when I saw these, I was like, who asked for these? And they're all bright shades. There's like 2 reds, kind of like a deep bricky red, and then a fuchsia shade. And all I could think of was, really? Is this what we need right now? Is this what we're asking for? And maybe they're a special release for holiday. They just don't grab my attention at all. The other thing is, I recently was watching Nikki LaRose, and she was doing a Nikki Uncut where she was talking about these lipsticks in particular. And she mentioned that they emphasize the vertical lines on the surface of her lips. And I was like, major no right there. I'm going to be 50 soon. I already have enough visible lines on the surface of my lips. I don't need anything that is going to draw more attention to that. I don't get lip filler. I don't really see that in my future. So a product like this is only going to make me look older and a little bit more weazened. And that is not what I'm going for. So this is like a giant question mark. Like, who thought this was a good idea? Here's one I know is going to be wildly popular. This is the new Natasha Denona Roxa eyeshadow palette. It's a limited edition launch for holiday, and it's a 15 shade midi palette, and it's all with fuchsia, violet, purple. I mean, it is stunning. But as you can see, I like more boring Betty shades on the eyes. Today I'm not even wearing eyeshadow. I'm wearing bronzer and highlight on my eye. That's all I'm wearing. And this palette, although it's beautiful and stunning, it's just not the sort of color story that calls to me. Like all of the neutrals that she's been coming out with, the I Need a Warm, the I Need a Nude, the Golden palette, those are all the ones that I was like, yes, that the boring Betty in me was clamoring to get out. But when I see this Roxa palette, I know exactly who this is for, and it's not for me, but it's beautiful, and I'm sure that the formulas are going to be impeccable. I know purple can be a little bit difficult to formulate, so you get good intensity without it being patchy or without it being dusty, but if anyone knows how to do eyeshadow right, it's Natasha Denona. So this is beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be a huge hit this holiday season. I just know that this is one that I'm going to pass on. All right, I already bought it. And the truth is that I need it? No. Do I have like stores and stores of these in my skincare closet? Yeah, but it's the new Balm.com holiday release from Glossier. I am a sucker for Balm.com. Love, love, love. I've got like 3 cookie butter Balm.coms strewn throughout the house. I've got a strawberry in my purse. I've got a hot cocoa somewhere. There is a mango hanging out in my crochet bucket, you know, like my project bucket that I take with me when I go places. Truth is, I am in love, head over heels with Balm.com. And when they come out with holiday fragrances or flavors, if you will, I am just excited, super excited, because hot cocoa and cookie butter were last year and the year before as holiday releases. This year, they have an espresso and they have a biscotti. So I'm super excited, and I didn't just buy like the set of the espresso biscotti. I bought 2 sets. So I have 4 more Balm.coms coming. I don't know why I did it. I couldn't help myself. I recently picked one up when I was in Seattle at the Glossier store. So like I am swimming in unopened Balm.com, but I will not run out. I will not run out. And I'm so excited about these holiday shades and flavors. I can't wait to get them here on my desk and start just, you know, taking them with me everywhere I go. Here's a launch I've actually been considering because I am such a fan of KJH's Hyper Shine kit, the highlight kit from KJH or Katie Jane Hughes, and recently came out with a soft smudge lip and cheek product. And to me, it looks more like a blush stick, but Katie uses it both on cheeks and lips. And I feel like it would be beautiful on both. The colors are really pretty. I don't know that for me, it would be more a case of, let's try something new from a brand I really like And I have always loved the artistry of Katie Jane Hughes. I love her take on makeup. I love the rosy cheeks, the glassy skin. I love her really graphic eye looks. I think she's just fantastic. So I like her perspective on makeup, but I don't know that I mean, they've been out for a couple of days already, maybe about a week now, and I haven't instantly purchased, but these might end up, one or two of these might end up in my collection eventually. Maybe not right now, but these are very interesting to me, and these are more likely to be a cheek product than a lip product for me. All right, I don't know what it is, but I have to have it. Have you ever seen something like that where you're just like, they're going to come out with something and it's going to be special and I don't care? Okay, Lisa Eldridge is coming out with a new product on the 24th. Hasn't even announced what it is yet. I don't know, but I have to try it. And this is one that she says she wanted to have out this time last year, but something happened and it just didn't come to fruition. And so she was worried that it was like over at that point, but got back to the drawing board. And so I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I can't wait to find out. And you know me and Lisa Eldridge, like if there's any makeup artist that really speaks to my soul, it's Lisa. I feel like Lisa's really editorial looks are beautiful and inspiring, but her everyday looks that she does on herself and on other people where they're themselves, but with the soft me, but just a little bit more awake, or me, but in color. That's what I love about Lisa Eldridge, and her products really speak to me, and there's very few in her entire makeup collection that just aren't at the tippy top of my list. So whatever this is, yes, give it to me now. This is really interesting. There is a new brow product from NYX, and this is one that I'm interested in. It's called the Blade and Shade Brow Pencil. This really reminds me shape-wise of the one from Dominique Cosmetics. That's the first one I saw that looked like this. Glossier recently came out with a very similar pencil that I have really been liking. I'm gonna grab her. It's the Boy Brow Arch, and the idea is the same, where you have this really teeny tiny little pencil, and if you're drawing on it this direction, you're going to be able to fill in a wide section, and if you're drawing it this way, you're getting hair-like strokes. So this is in the 20s. I really like this product, but I realized I haven't had it that long, and that's it. That's all that's left. And I realized that every time I open it up and I give it a twist, I've got like maybe 2 weeks left of this and she's gone. And I like it enough that I would repurchase it, but I'm curious to try this one from NYX because this has that same shape on the end. It has a wide range of shades. I think there's 12 shades to this. And then beyond that, NYX is a drugstore price. So I don't know if they're duping somebody or everybody, you know, had something in the pipeline that kind of came out looking like this, because this is only like maybe 2 months old, and the one from NYX that already had to be in the pipeline. It's probably not an answer to anything like let's do something famous. I think that it was just everybody kind of came up with the same idea with similar packaging. Yeah, so me and the NYX, we're going to get to know each other. All right, I saw this and I was like, ah, but I don't know that I'm actually going to purchase it. This is a illuminating powder from Hermes. It's limited edition. This falls into the category of I would get it because it's pretty, like, this is pretty, but I don't know that this is anything at all that I need. I do like this pale rosy shade. I think it's really pretty, but I know like this is probably going to be upwards of $90. I don't know. It doesn't say here. This is a powder that pays tribute to the Hermes store on Rue de Faubourg Saint-Honoré. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't speak French. Excuse me. But this is basically a iconic compressed design that can be applied to the face, eyes, or décolleté. And it has a metallic shimmer. It leaves a rosy luminous veil on the skin. It looks pretty. Now, I have to remind myself I can't be buying things because they look pretty. I have wanted to try more from the Hermes brand. I have a lipstick, I have an eyeshadow, and I feel like something like this would be great to try, with the exception of if a powder highlight looks too powdery and too heavy on my mature skin, That's a big price point to come in on. This is one that I would definitely want to check out in store, and there is no store close by. Closest store would probably be somewhere in Seattle or Portland, and that's a 4.5 to 4 hour drive away, depending on which direction I go. If I go to Portland, 4 hours, Seattle, 4.5. And I am not really in the mood right now to travel just to check out some Hermes. But if I happen to be in the area, who knows? I might, make a stop. But this is probably not going to be a purchase for me, but it is so pretty, and it really did catch my eye. All right, here's one that I love because it's drugstore, but it looks absolutely smashing. And these are already available. These are the glitter eyeshadows from e.l.f. So Finest Fleck Glitter Eyeshadows, they're $6. They're a sheer sparkly eyeshadow topper with fine micro glitter flecks that can be worn alone or layered over the eye. And I'm wondering if these are anything at all like the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows, because that's kind of what it's giving. I know the Moondust shadows come in round pans and square clear packaging, but we've got the square clear packaging, but the little square package in the middle of the pan itself. I don't know. They look really pretty. I may have to go looking for these and see if I can find them at either my local drugstore or Ulta, because I think I have to know. All right, talk about beautiful things that pulled me in, but I'm probably not going to get the new holiday and winter collection. It's called the Chanel Winter Tale Collection, and they have some beautiful things in here. First of all, that highlight. Oh, that highlight. And then there is this, and this one was kind of the one that made me go like, wait, what? There is an eyeshadow and cheek palette. So you're supposed to be able to use them either as cheek products like blushes and highlights or as eyeshadows. Now, as eyeshadows, it kind of makes sense, but I'm not wearing like that orchid violet-y color or that hot pink flamingo shade. I might wear the other two, but on the cheeks, no. To me, this is really beautiful colors, but realistically, how am I going to wear these? And maybe it's more editorial and it's not for me since I'm your boring Betty kind of gal. I don't know. On the eyes, nope. And on the cheeks, probably also nope. But it does look like that highlighter is calling my name. Don't need it. But then there are some beautiful lipsticks, some eyeliners, some nail polish. I don't think I'm going to be picking any of this up, but just the picture, it pulled me in and I was like, I don't know. Chanel always has beautiful things, but I think that it's safe for me to say I'm skipping this holiday release. Here's one that when I saw it, I instantly felt like, ooh, you are going for somebody else's vibe. This is new from Anastasia Beverly Hills. These are the mini palettes. There's a mini spice palette and a mini sugar palette for $29 each. And if I'm looking at the color story of the sugar palette, it reminds me of last year's Charlotte Tilbury Holiday 9-pan. It has those vibes. It looks like that, although it's not exactly. But with the pink and the blues and the more rosy, neutrally tones in there, that's kind of what it's serving. And then the other one, it looks like any other Charlotte Tilbury Holiday 9 palette, 9-pan palette. And it's got more of the warm rosy tones and some other, I don't know. The spice palette looks very wearable, very boring Betty, but it's not really pulling me in. Neither of these are. They look like they're trying to be holiday releases from Charlotte Tilbury, but it's not. It's just Anastasia. That's what I was thinking. I was like, sorry guys, so sorry. All right, here's one I was really interested in, but when I was inside a Sephora recently, I actually got to see them and swatch them, and the lightest one is too deep for me. This is new from Ilia, their Holiday 2024 Ethereal Baked Face Palette. So it has a bronzer, highlighter, and blush, as well as a blurring powder. So the problem I had was that the blush is beautiful, but the highlight in the lightest palette was so dark that when I swatched it on the back of my hand, all I saw was a stripe of darkness. And I was like, no. Now, I know I could probably really thin it out, but I want something that has a base to it that's light enough that when I put it on my face and I turn to the side, you do see the light, but when the light's not hitting it, you don't see a stripe of darkness. But hooray for them doing a variation. Instead of, remember all the years when Hourglass would just give us one holiday palette? And it was supposed to be for everybody. And it was kind of like for very few who could wear all the shades, but most of us could use one or two, and that was it. I like that instead of just coming out with one palette for holiday, that Ilia came out with 3. Here's hoping they continue to expand things in the future if they decide to keep doing these holiday releases. All right, now here is something that I was really kind of excited and I got to try while I was in Seattle at the Glossier store. These are the new You scents. There is the new You Reveille and the new You Do. And they're $78, but the one that I really liked, I had the best time. I'll throw some photos up for you. I went with both my kids, and we had never been inside a Glossier store. And the closest one to us was in Seattle, and I was going to see a doctor one day, and my kids had the day off of school. It's like, you guys want to come? And so we went, we made a day of it, and we had the best time ever. But it was the day before these 2 fragrances released, so they had them in store, but they didn't have the displays out yet, and they wouldn't sell us anything, but they did let us test them. And so I was able to test both of them. The one that I liked the most was the Reveille, and it was the buttercream, plum butter, toasted almond, iris, sandalwood, and ambrox. It was really interesting. And the whole idea of the You fragrance is it smells slightly different on everybody. I noticed because I smelled it on both my kids and on myself, and it was very different on all 3 of us. So this is one where, if at all possible, I would say get a sample. Do not buy blind. Try it out, see if you like it, and then get the one that you would like. But I had the best time, and the 2 people who were helping us, Brandon and Shadow, at the Glossier store in Seattle, were just amazing. We had a ball. So these are interesting, but I'm only talking about these because I got a chance to smell them and see them firsthand. Last thing here is from Natasha Denona. It's a new tinted lip mask. So it's part of the Hybrid Generation family, and it's a balmy product for the lips with a sheer wash of color. It has botanical oils, it has emollient ingredients for a comfortable wear and a delicate tinged wet shine. These are $25 a piece. There's 3 shades. There's a berry shade, a candy apple, and a baby nude. And I was looking at these and I was like, okay, out of all the squeezy tube like lip balms that we have, and these look really juicy. These are definitely going more for the road lip balms where everything's really glossy and shiny and almost lip glossy while still having those skincare ingredients in them. I just don't know that I have to have these. Like, I looked at these and I was like, is this too little too late? I mean, because we already have the squeezy balms from Tower 28. We have them from Naturium. But like, we have them from everybody. Everybody has a product like this. And I'm not sure that these are coming in at the point where they're really going to, unless it's like a groundbreaking formula that goes viral and everybody falls in love with and just can't give up. I just don't know if this is going to catch on. I can't believe that I said that. I mean, they look pretty, but I don't know that you have to have them. All right, there you go. Hey, thank you so much for watching today. How fun it is to go through and look at new releases and say yes or no, or the ones that pull me in. And I'm interested in the fact that some of the ones that were pulling me in this time were drugstore, like the ones from e.l.f., the ones from NYX. Normally, I'm not a drugstore girly, but I was like, it's time to go to Ulta and see what I can find. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if any of these are catching your attention or if there are other things that are out there that made you go, purchase. Let me know. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.